Hey, how you guys doing? So let's talk about the newest episode that just came out today, which of course is Karin Asaka's episode. This is episode 9. As of always, we have the poll open for you guys to rate how you feel about the girls, ranking from 1 through 11. Make sure you slide down the bar to check all the girls and see who is the best after this episode. Of course, with this being Karin's episode, people tend to rate that girl the highest. So we'll have to see how this episode reflects the rest of the girls and see how well they do, and as well as Shizuku, who had her episode last. If you want to get a free ultra rare for Karin Asaka and All Stars, make sure you just go click on that story and you'll get a free ultra rare for her. And this is the outfit. It's a very nice outfit, so I highly recommend reading that story in All Stars to get that free outfit. So let's go ahead and get started with the anime episode. So we get started, and Karin Asaka gets recognized by these girls, and they ask for an autograph from her. And I think it's pretty cool how they show her actual signature. It's just really nice to see their actual signatures in the anime. It shows that it's canon. I mean, it kind of always been, but I just think it was nice to see that. Anyways, moving on, they do recognize Karin because of the school idol group that she's part of, and not so much of being a model. But then we have Setsun, who comes and says that she almost got recognized, but I guess for some reason she likes to have the secret identity kind of thing going for her because it makes her feel like a superhero. I guess that's kind of the anime nerd kind of otaku thing speaking for her. So I guess that's why, but I find that pretty funny. And we go ahead and jump back to the club room where Kasumi is, of course, showing another photo of her room being cute. And everyone's like, oh, she's so cute. And I just like the face that Rina has on. And then we have Karin, who's just like, oh, I like the pandas, which it is canon for her to like pandas. But anyways, they decided to talk about how they should grow as a group and the fact that they're all soul idols, but they should do something as a group. Then we have Haruka and of course this girl come in. We saw her last episode. Her name is Himeno, and she's from the Toho Academy. And they basically asked if they want to perform a concert with them. So what is that referring to? So there's this thing called Diver Fest, where it's going to be performed in Odaiba, which is where they are. And I don't know, it's kind of like a mini concert where they have a bunch of girls performing. And I feel like Diver, of course, we know I and Karin are part of Diver Diva, and so which is the training location of Odaiba, which is kind of what they had in there. And I know there's this thing called Diversity in Odaiba, which they had this big robot here from Gundam. So I feel like Diver Fest is obviously has a lot of things to do with Odaiba and being things with divers and stuff like that. But this kind of almost feels like a little reference to Diver Diva, but Diver Diva is kind of a reference to Odaiba, which is the city they're from, so I don't know, but I just find that interesting. So these girls end up mentioning that they wanted these girls to perform in the Diver Fest, and I just wanted to say, I just really like the face that Kanata has here. It's just like, I'm so proud of my younger sister here. But the main issue that they bring up is that these girls will only be able to perform 3 songs total. So obviously that's not going to work out when they have 9 girls, because that means 9 songs, so someone's not going to be able to perform here. So the question is, what are they going to do? So they are going to discuss what are they going to do. They could technically do 3 group songs, but they haven't really done group songs before. And they're all thinking, well, maybe we have to pick someone, and everyone's kind of awkwardly trying to say maybe I should, but they don't want to get in each other's way here. Ayumi decides, how about we do a lottery? And yes, that is definitely a way they could handle it, but randomly picking who does it kind of feels like there wasn't any meaning behind who they pick. Now, I think an obvious pick is Karin because she hasn't had one, but how with the other 2 songs? Are we going to do Karin and 2 group songs? I think that's the best choice here, but these girls haven't arrived to that conclusion at least. So we end up having Karin getting a little look at her workplace, which I think was kind of cool to see her modeling and all that. And then after that, she's walking around and, well, she's kind of lost. But she does find the rest of the girls there, or some of the girls, should I say. And there was this image here. So I don't know if that's a call out to Shadowverse, but I don't know. It just feels like that. Maybe it's just a generic anime girl. But they're outside of kind of a shop here for gamers and stuff, especially because they have collaboration with gamers. And of course, Setsa, of course, being a gamer girl. And she's like very interested in this stuff, so they're gonna go into the shop because Setsun wants to buy something. But then they also have idol merchandise, which of course these girls are from the Toho Academy and Nishinome Academy. Nishinome being the one where we had Haruka from, which is on the left, and on the right we have the Toho Academy, which is the one we're starting to see right now. So they have their merchandise all over here, so it's really nice to see all these girls here. And then of course they have these cards here, which these are just straight up reference to the cards that they have in Love Live Squall Festival that you can collect. Literally the exact same art, just the backgrounds change. So these are some of the sample ones, but these of course are in the older style for Love Live Squall Festival, if you know. So it's a really cool that they kind of do this, especially for Love Live Squall Festival fans who were playing back in the day. To see these cards are just so cool to have. But also, of course, you could collect these cards in a physical form, so that also is just another reference to that as well. Now, we had Karin, who after all that shopping, they decided to go and find where she was actually here for, and there was that kind of dance school here. And of course, Karin is kind of embarrassed because she couldn't find it, even though it's literally right behind her. And so she kind of gets almost kind of that Cinderella kind of look here, where she's kind of shocked and tries to not really show her embarrassment here. And then she ends up explaining why she decided to do that, because she sees these other girls as rivals and she wants to improve herself, so she's taking advantage just to help her out. Then after that, they decide that they know who they want, or at least they know that they're ready to discuss who should be for the Diver Fest. So they end up typing other girls, and it's nice to see Haruka with her sister Kanata here, just laying on the bed, of course Kanata and her famous pillow. And then we're also going to get a look at the other girls, all the first years here, eating the macarons so they can make themselves stronger as idols or something like that. At least that's what All Stars has taught me, that eating macarons will make them better idols. And so then they all end up deciding who would be, even though they don't actually show that. And then we get to the Diver Fest here, which, you know, kind of a standard kind of festival for music. And then we get to see the Karin, of course, is going to perform a song, and we get to look at her outfit here. So this outfit definitely reminds me almost kind of like Starlight kind of thing. Very similar, color scheme is very similar, and the amount of revealingness is similar. So I guess that's a standard kind of outfit. Karin ends up going backstage, and she gets to look at the schedule. So we have Shinonome, Toho Academy, and of course Nijigasaki. And that one's going to be slotted to, of course, Karin here. But the other two ones may indicate we get to at least hopefully get a look at the other ones, but probably not. We do end up seeing, of course, her again, and she's talking to Karin, and Karin says she's gonna do her best, but she then realizes, you know, whoa, that's a big stage back there, and seeing and hearing all the audience, this obviously makes Karin a bit nervous here. So then we get a little look at, of course, the Shinonome Academy here, but they don't get to perform, so unfortunately this is all we're gonna get to see. But at least we get to see all the girls on stage with their uniforms, and we can pretend like we know what they performed. But fortunate that this is all we're gonna get. But it's understandable that they won't spend that much effort on these girls, but it's still cool to see them. But then we get back to here where Karin is obviously kind of crumbling under the pressure here, and she's very nervous, and these girls are going to encourage her. And well, she gets kind of over fear pretty quick, but basically the idea is the same. Even though you are still idol, you're not alone, because you're all part of this group. So then I guess they do a high five montage here, and I guess that makes kind of feel better. But those sparkles maybe here just makes me think it's sweat that's actually coming off. But anyways, Karin gets onto stage, and of course she performs her song. So of course this song Vivid World available to play in the All-Stars game for a limited time. And so this song honestly was actually pretty good. It definitely has what I expected, kind of more of that modern kind of techno kind of style almost, with all the instrumentals. And it's also nice to see all the outfits, which is what I do want to say. I believe this is the Diver Diva outfit, at least what I remember seeing from the live. So if you think about Supernova and Love Triangle, this is the outfit there. So it's nice to see at least some kind of reference to the group that they have here, even though because some units are just like never mentioned. But of course we get to see all the other outfits, and there's some really nice outfits here for Karin. But the song itself is actually pretty good here, and I do really like a lot of the visual effects that they have here, especially with the neon blue lining up in her outfit. But yeah, I think it's a good song. It's definitely more of that Diver Diva kind of style, but I do enjoy the song and I think it's pretty good. And visually, it's definitely one of the more impressive ones out of all of the solo songs that were performed. Following that performance, we end up getting to see that she was actually pretty interested in Karin, especially ever she's debuted as a model, which is kind of interesting to see. And at the end, we got you, who is watching this from the back, which kind of implies that her episode is next, unless she's the only one who hasn't had it yet. But after the performance, these girls were kind of sad that they weren't able to perform, so they get reminded that we have another song coming, because there's 3 songs that they can do here, so we'll have to see in future episodes. But it looks like they're going to do a training camp for the next episode. So we get a little preview of that, and of course the title's in black, which makes me think this is probably going to be Yu's episode. But we'll have to see. It's implied, but I'm not 100% positive. But she's the only one who hasn't episode yet, so I am assuming that you will get her episode next, but probably not going to get a song because she doesn't seem to be that interested in it. But maybe Karin's performance inspired her to do that. But that's just for next episode. So what do you guys think about the most recent episode, the episode for Karin? How did you feel about that? I don't think there was a huge amount of focus on Karin here, to be completely honest, but she kind of got half focused in Emma's episode already here. One about her trying to get into the Idol Club itself, and this one more, I guess, giving over her fears of being an idol and performing on stage here, which I guess is another kind of facet of that. So I guess that's fine. We got a pretty good song from her, and we got to see a lot of nice outfits, and also we got to see a lot more from these other academies and schools, and we got to see more of the normal girls here, which was always great for me to see. And I just think that's cool, even though that kind of takes away a little bit from Nijigasaki. But that probably is the end of all of the solo songs from this anime, unless they want to make it unequal or somehow have a montage of a bunch of solo songs. But from what I can tell, that would be the end. But it was also cool to potentially see a little bit of kind of a love and appreciation showed to Diver Diva, which I think was nice to see. But let me know what you guys think about this episode and the song in general, and what do you think is going to happen in the next episode. Is it going to be about you? I guess they're going to do some kind of training, and I don't know if it's not going to be focused on you, even though my guess it is more likely than not. I'm very curious to see how these girls will shift in the rankings when the episodes are no longer focused on a single individual girl, because that's kind of who won by default. So now that's not going to happen, because there isn't going to be a focus on them, I think. But we'll have to see if Shiriko will follow in potentially the 11th episode or after that. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Please vote in the poll if you are interested. That will be in the link in the description below. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.